everybody. Today we have beautiful Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5 14 ABR8. It's an AMD Ryzen 7th gen processor. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Start with bottom screws. You will need T5 Torx screwdriver. Now we have to separate the bottom case from the palmrest, so find a gap where you can put the tool. So once you have the tool in, work your way around the edge to disconnect all the clips. And try to use only plastic tool, otherwise you can scratch the other parts. Oh, there's one more screw left. Alright, and the bottom is off. Look for the part number on the sticker. Now we can access all the internal components. So start with disconnecting the battery. Sometimes it might be easier when you take out the battery first because of the cable. So yeah, unscrew the screws around and then you can take out the battery. And now we can pull out the connector. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Here, that's our model number for the battery. Here under that cover, there should be our storage. So if your laptop doesn't boot and tells you there is no boot device, or you would like to upgrade storage to the bigger one, this is how you can do it. So unscrew that cover, slide it out, and that's the actual NVMe SSD drive. So you can also replace it with the longer version, then you don't have to screw it back here. Oh, no, actually the battery would be in our way, so you can only use this type of the SSD. Alright, here that's our Wi-Fi card. So if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, you can replace it. Disconnect the antenna wires. And now take out this screw. And that's our Wi-Fi card. That's our part number, the FRU number. Alright, now let's take out the cooling heatsink. So if the laptop overheats and you would like to add cooling paste between the processor and the heatsink, this is how you can do it. Unscrew these screws here. And now gently lift the heatsink. Be careful, don't bend it. If you bend it, it won't work. Alright, so that's our heatsink. That's the part number. And here, that's our processor. The processor is soldered on the motherboard, so if it doesn't work, you have to replace the motherboard. Now let's take out the fan. So if the fan doesn't spin or makes grinding noise or it's clogged with cat or dog hair, you can replace it. Unscrew these two screws. There's one more screw here. And now we can take it out. Here we have the part number. So now let's take out our speakers. So if the sound is bad, you can replace your speakers. There is no screws, just disconnect from the motherboard. And now follow the cable It is routed under the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, so that's the cable for the speaker. So that's the opposite speaker, and again it's under the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, so those are our speakers. Here we have the part number. Okay, now let's take out the motherboard and the I/O board. In order to do that, we have to unscrew all the screws, disconnect all the remaining cables, and unscrew the hinges, because they cover both boards. So this is how you unscrew the hinges. Here I see another 2 screws on that side. And let's disconnect the video cable because it's also in our way. So flip that retaining clip and now you can pull out the cable. I always close those clips, otherwise you can break it later. Now let's unfold the hinges. And this is how we disconnected our Palmrest touchpad keyboard assembly with both boards. So now let's take out the I/O board. So those are our USB ports, the power button and the SD card reader. So if these don't work, you can replace this board. So that's our I/O board. Here we have the part number. Now let's take out the motherboard. So disconnect all the remaining cables. That's our keyboard. Okay, now take out the screws. One more screw here. And that's how you can take out the board. Here we have the part number. So now let's see if we can replace just the touchpad. Unfortunately, it is riveted to the Palmrest, so we cannot replace it. Same with keyboard. It doesn't use screws, it uses rivets, so if you have to replace it, you have to buy the whole Palmrest keyboard touchpad assembly like this one. And by the way, if you need parts, check gatlaptopparts.com. And that's our screen. Very fragile, it's hard to pull it out, so if you don't have to, better look for the if you don't have the if you don't need to pull out the LCD, better buy the whole screen assembly like this one. on God Laptop Parts or eBay. Yeah. Look for the part numbers on the stickers on the video cable. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.